Hi everyone, welcome back to Crochet Rocks. Tracy here and to another open with me. I'm not sure what magazine this is because it's arrived in plastic you can't see through this time. And what I'm struggling to get in, if you haven't already, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. And hopefully you'll be informed when new videos pop up. So it is a crochet. It is the latest Simply Crochet magazine. Oh, that's quite a nice scarf and hat on the front cover. Bear with me, I want to just get comfy. Crash in the place. Okay, so here we are. I can't really move my camera too much because my little thingy is charging up. So as a freebie, we have a Tunisian crochet hook. And it's one of these extendable ones with the bally thing on the end. Now, I sell to double-ended Tunisian crochet hooks on my website, and they're much, much longer than this. They're chalgu, but they do them with this bead on the end. But I don't have those. I just had the ones that's double-ended because it's a bit more versatile. So this one looks quite a big one, though. Looking for a size. Can you see a size? I can't. Fat one, that's what it is. And then we get a booklet that is Tunisian homewares, 4 patterns, each with different types of Tunisian cables. So that'll be quite interesting. And then we've got a pattern pull out as well. Black Sheep 40 years birthday bash. So a couple of little patterns for Black Sheep yarn there as well. So we'll get to those at the end. I do feel like I'm shouting a little bit. I'll try not to. Okay, moved my chair at last. So we have Best Buy Ethical Yarns revealed. I don't like it when they do cursive fonts. Whatever that, clothes line, bunting, which they wouldn't. Cute sitting kitty. We've got bags, handmade essentials. Well, they're all handmade, surely, if they're in here. New ideas, inspiration on every page. Cozy and colourful. We've got a kind of cute shopping basket thingy. And a fantastic make for your home. There's something in here, I can feel it. Something, it felt like there was something inside the magazine. If there is, we'll get to it in due time. So let's go. I'm not sure if this is actually in here because this looks suspiciously like the one on the front page of the supplement that's free. So yeah, what else have we got? We've got this quite Tunisian entrelac hat and scarf. It does look nice, but obviously it's Tunisian and entrelac, whatever you want to say. Hook to hook. So we've got 2 people, I think, that make something out of the same yarn and see what they come up with. Now I was going to do this to my poncho. Remember that I'm making a poncho. I was going to do this top part to that particular poncho. I don't want it too hard, high up and sort of strangulation device. Don't want that, but I was going to make this kind of top if I ever get around to finishing it before winter starts, that is. So yeah, lots and lots. That's quite an interesting pullover. Quite like that one. It's a bit different, not just, although it is row after row of the same sort of stitching, it is broken up by these quite snazzy sleeves. And this reminds me of some of the new yarns that I've got, actually. If you haven't found my shop yet, it's hobbyrocks.co.uk. There's a link in the bottom to it and a voucher code that's valid until the end of December, and you can use that on every order placed from now till then. So by which time a new one will replace it. So, Good Harvest. Are you into making fruits and vegetables from your yarn stash? I've never done it. I've made a pumpkin. That's about as close to anything resembling food that I've ever done. Never really been into making them. I don't. Perhaps, you know, when the kids were little, I think Tyler used to have a kitchen. I'm not sure if Harley had one. But I know when they were little, they used to play with things like that, so I could probably have made them a cabbage or something for their shop if I'd thought about it. But I've never really been into making fruits and vegetables. But, you know, Some people love it. We're all starting to think about Christmas now. And there's bits about yarn. We've got some books I like to look at. The rest of it I tend to ignore. But I don't like it when they do this kind of light coloured writing on a background. So Animal Granny Squares by Leonie Morgan at $12.99. There's been a million books about animal granny squares and 3D animal granny squares, as well as YouTube tutorials and everything. Sunny Crochet by Rose Vane, £22, that one. Okay, but it's aimed at young people, look. Okay, can't really see the picture that easily though, unless it was a big one. Mix and Match Modern Crochet Blankets by Esme Crick at $16.99. These books are getting dearer again, guys. I don't know if you've noticed. Quick and Easy Christmas Crafts. So that implies different crafts, doesn't it? $12.99 reminds me of that dreadful Molly makes. Let's not go into that. If you've not been with me for a long while, you won't know I did a 6-month, or no, a year's subscription to Molly Makes to review it. Soon got rid of it. And the worst thing was, on number 12, I was going, yay, it's the last one. And then the 13th one arrived, because if you subscribed for a year, you got 13. It was like, no, it's back. It was you might remember if you've been with me for a while, but it was a bit of a magazine that did not hit many people's, or float many people's boats, should I say. So these are all the little editorial bits. Not much really on here. 5 fab finds. Entertain yourself for hours with interactive books. They're kind of interactive books for kids, you know, making them, that is. Skills events. I always think these are funny because none of them are ever near me. There we go. Llandovery Sheep Festival. 16th to 17th of September. I probably didn't pronounce that at all well. 17th of September. What does that say? Goodness gracious. Colonel Yarn and Fibre Festival, YAF for short. £6. That other one was free. £17.50 Yarndale in Skipton. 23rd of September to 1st of October, Shetland Wool Week. Obviously, it's in Shetland, which is a long, long way from me, the other end of the country. 30th September to 1st of August, Marsham Sheep Fair. It's free and it's in Marsham, but I have no idea where Marsham is. I would hasten to guess up north somewhere. Yeah. Now, I'm going to be trialling this Yeti. I did ask them for samples, but they've ignored every email I've sent, so haven't got it yet. Oh, that is quite cute. I really like that. That would be great for a kid's bedroom, wouldn't it? Just sort of on their little chair or even in the lounge. How cute. So we've got a few Animal Magic items. So, yeah, you could make... It's just an embellishment to a basket. It's not... When I first saw it on the front cover, I thought it might have been a crocheted basket. But that is just wicker. And then you can make a ruff around the edge. It looks like you might have made that with the T-shirt. Not T-shirt yarn, what am I talking about? Tinsel yarn by King Cole. Incidentally, I do have that in my shop on special offer. Tinsel yarn. You can make some great toys with it. That is well cute. A little chick, but a white one, not a yellow one. And a cat. Look at that. I love his tail. I do like that. I'm a sucker for animals. It's the trouble. That's the thing. As wall hangings go, that is quite cute. And I wouldn't mind putting that in the kids' room. And a big paw rug. Do you know, I was going to make one of these for my channel, because I made one when I was younger. I made one exactly the same as this. Obviously not the same colours. Mine was browns. But, yeah, I made one for my floor when I was young. I made a lot of things when I was young that I've not made at all as I've got older. But, yeah, I made one for my bedroom. I learned to crochet when I was about 6 with my mother, so I made lots of stuff when I was young. Mostly wearables and stuff and things like that. This is called Bump Up, and this is the one I liked. See what I mean about the row after row of the same stitch, though? I don't like this, and that is what has always made me shy away from a lot of crochet patterns when you know, in your old days when you used to be able to go to the wool shop and see what new patterns they had in. And everything crochet seemed to be like this, just line, line, line. And I don't like it, but if they broke this up with maybe a little line of this here and there, I think I'd prefer that more, because it's this constant same stitch that really, it kind of jars my head. It does. But I like it. I like the sleeves on it a lot. The fact that they finish not too low as well. I'd make that for the winter or something similar, but just not row after row of same stitch. So this is called Mischief Maker, and here's our sitting cat. I like him. He's cute. I don't know what they made his whiskers with, but he is cute. And look at him from behind. How sweet is that? I love cats, as you know, and so that's kind of up my street. Advert. Get a Sirdar scarf kit and hooks when you subscribe today. So you'll get a couple of balls of jewel spun, which is a nice yarn, but you'll get these hooks. They remind me. I've got to say this. As soon as I saw them, I thought, they remind me of my dad's fishing floats. That's exactly what they look like, with the little kind of snazzy tips. Yeah. My dad's fishing floats, as well as two balls of jewel spun. Okay, so if you want to do that, there's how the details, if you just hover over that for a while. Anyway, this jewel spun and hook set is supposedly worth £50. So that's what you're getting. Okay, so where are we? Shop, save 36% on the shop price and spread the cost, only $34.99 every 6 issues. I think you get other offers when you're in there though, because that's one of the companies that I've often subscribed to. This is Jess's journal from the studio. I don't know why, but I never read it. Probably because I'm a crocheter and I don't necessarily need all the stuff that's in this, but I like to, like you, get them for inspiration, or sometimes I get them and there's none. You know, I just think, ooh. I like the colours. I like this yarn. Should we see what they've used on this? You will need King Cole Riot DK. Well, funnily enough, I sell Riot. I've never seen it really worked up, so that is quite cool. That's the hat. Oh gosh, hang on. Oh gosh, did you hear that? How posh am I? But yeah, that looks really nice. That feels, though, manipulated. I look at every square and I don't see 2 colours on those squares. I suppose there are the odd one that's like a little two-tone. That's nice. Well, if I wanted to know what the Riot looked like, there it is. So yeah, I do stock the Riot. It's on special offer. It was one of my yarns of the week a little while ago. Okay, so this is just how to make those embellishments to put on your cardigan. Thought the door was opening. I thought Gary was coming in. We've got this kind of, oh, I don't know, my mum used to call these a jerkin when I was young, which I always thought was funny because it reminded me of gherkin. But it's a cardi without a sleeve, and it's got a little tie. Yeah, made of 2 long panels. Of course it is. I'll say it's got a seam at the back then. And there it is. Can't really see it though. It's too small. This is the natural Stylecraft bamboo cotton. They do have some absolutely gorgeous colours in that. And I was going to stock it, but to get them, it's an absolute arm and a leg. And if I were to liken hobbyrocks.co.uk into an anatomy part, I'd have to say at this precise moment, it's a toenail. So I haven't got an arm and a leg to invest. But, you know, I was thinking of getting a few colours here and there. But my last order was chock-a-block. I didn't really want to get any more. This is nice, called Cool Kids. It's a pretty decent blanket. Now, you know, recently I've been making things with this kind of like a panel of a stitch, then another panel and another panel. So without knowing it, I've been a bit trendy. Go figure that. That's a bit bizarre, isn't it? Unless they're following me, of course. There is that. They could be. Well, they could be, you know. So this is the black sheep bit that's in that other freebie. We'll go to that later. And this is another Tunisian piece called Square Deal. Overall, it's a pretty design. I guess if you wanted to, you could make that C to C. But it's Tunisian entrelac, whatever you want to say it. This is the hook to hook piece. And just looking at them, I like this one better, I have to say. But they're both kind of snazzy, but this is because it's very plain. Depends if you like busy or plain. And that's not going to be able to read this squiggly writing. So this is Dorian van der Bosch and Jane Howarth. I forgot to give the credits to the others, haven't I? So this is the how to do bits. Line up. This is a scarf. It's quite nice. I like the yarn that's used. Should we see what that is? Let's get close, if I can. Rico Creative Lazy Hazy Summer Cotton DK. That's a mouthful and a half. Anyway, can't be getting any of that. Too much yarn around here as it is. Celebrate 10 years of Simply Crochet. And you can win this big prize. Having said big, these are tiny and these are tiny, so it does look huge. But you've got a fair amount of yarn there, I have to say. So it's got competition and pages of stuff and things. Too much to read. So this is the laundry day washing line bunting that I couldn't read earlier. It is quite sweet though, isn't it? That would actually look pretty nice if you've got a utility room with your washing machine. Like, I think over across the pond, you call them laundry rooms, but we just have a utility room that might have the washing stuff in it. Sometimes it's got a fridge in it or whatever, you know, that sort of thing. Extra spillover kitchen space because there's never enough is what it really is. But yeah, that would be quite nice to have around the wall, wouldn't it? I think that's quite a sweet idea. Not bad at all. Fringe benefits, we've got the poncho. Like, not really keen on just being a granny. Or tassels. Tassels don't always really. They might look well and they might kind of finish this off nicely, but sometimes they get caught in stuff and get in the way, and then you end up with one longer than the other. You've got to cut them, and then some start falling out over time, and it makes it harder to wash them. But I do like the neckline. As I say, that was what I was intending to do with the one that I'm making. This is quite a short one, really. Because it's not exactly much of a body warmer there, is it? Can you see? Look, this is going to get cold. Just saying. So we've got Love Story. This is a crossbody bag. My favourite kind of bag is a crossbody. It's all I ever really use. In the days before I found crossbody bags and they become popular, I was forever hiking it up onto my shoulder because I must have a slopey shoulder and it just fell down constantly. It used to really annoy me. So as soon as crossbody bags came out, that was it. But that means you can't put everybody's stuff in your bag either because they tend to be smaller, which is a win-win then, really. So this one's obviously made with a manufactured strap. You haven't got to buy one. And you've got rings here. And I guess that's just decoration, or you could hang a bag charm on. But what worries me about these things is how that's going to pull that out of shape. You know, because if you've got a rigid bag, the strap's not going to do that. But if you've got one that's made out of yarn, is that going to pull it really out of shape? Let's have a little squint at what yarn they've used for this one, because I'm quite interested. Oh my goodness, is that DMC Natural Just Cotton Medium? Lots of different colours. So yeah, it is cotton, so at least it won't obviously stretch to bejesus. What we got now? E is for echo. Eco even. Eco, for goodness sake. So this is the eco-friendly yarns that they're going to go on about this time. We've got King Cole recycled there. Nova Vita. Never really found that in anywhere. Milano by Hooked. Only online really you get these yarns. Eco Baby Wool. Mighty by Sheepies. And what's that? Yarn and Colours Amazing. So none of those are accessible to me. I could stock the King Cole, but I'm trying to phase out a lot of the King Coles that I have because I've got too much of them and I need space, as you all know. I've told you this millions of times. This is the Show Me Yours bit. So, yeah, all the stuff that people have sent in and stuffs. How do I track which row I'm on? count them, basically. Or you can always keep a little tally. So if you've got a massive one and you really do need to keep a tally, that's probably the best way. So here we go. Next issue, we've got a very higgledy-piggledy cardigan. We've got an advent calendar pattern book. Oh, that might be interesting. I was thinking of making an advent calendar, actually, but I never have got round to it. Crochet essentials, how to do bits and all that, always at the end, the obligatory part that you always seem to get. And that's that, and let's have a look at the gifts then. So first off, we have this one. And I would imagine that this is, should be, you think, the right size for some of these projects. Although, that looks monumentally fat. And these don't look like chunky. So, not sure. But this actually is by Hooked. So, not a bad brand. I don't stock Hooked, I stock Retwist. When it comes to t-shirt yarns and stuff. So let's get a look in at the Crochet, Simply Crochet Edits clothing, accessories and homewares. And this is only 4. That's probably most of it then. We've got Tunisian cables, really. I don't know if everything is cabled, probably. There we go. So this is going to be quite a lot of explaining. This is called Under the Waves. So we've got a cushion and a blanket. So there's going to be an awful lot of how to do bits. There's the cushion. I don't know. I've not really done an awful lot of Tunisian on my channel. But I do actually, I have in the past done Tunisian. I find it very tight and curly. And it puts me off a tad. Try 3 issues for $9.99 of Simply Sewing. I think they should do it to more. Give you the choice. Flower Garden, this is called. So again, we've got a cushion and a blanket. You have to let me know which ones you like. This is a bit of out of shape, really, isn't it? Got a bit of a shaping issue going on. It does look a tad baggy at the bottom. Yeah, odd, really, that. And then we've got the blanket, which again at the bottom looks rather unruly. Maybe a few rows of plain would have sorted that out, rather than going from the pattern straight in, and you know, vice versa when you end. Perhaps a few rows of plain might have kind of sorted all that lumps out. Sorted the lumps out. Okay, then we've got the how to do Tunisian cables bit. So you'll need a cable needle, just like if you're doing knitting with cables. Lots of essentials bit. And then we've got some diagrams and charts, which are very, well, odd. Row by row, I guess. That's what that is. The abbreviations. More Tunisian treats if you scan that place. I won't linger my camera over it too much. So that's that one. I don't know if it's actually the size of hook that's used in those. Birthday Bash, 2 fun projects to celebrate Black Sheep Wool. So you've got this wrap. Looks very fine, the wrap. Field of Daisies. It's quite nice. It's not all the same, which I quite like. So it's in panels. So that's that. And then we've got the little clutch bag, which you can make as a clutch bag. Do pastel shades and make it as a little makeup bag. Overnight for going out, you know. It's quite sweet. Okay, so that's it. What do you think? Quite a lot of things in this particular edition. So much so that I can't put them side by side. I can't fit them all on because I can't move my camera as it is anyway. I can do this. So, oh, forgot this. Hang on. So, yeah, fair bit in. Actual, pretty decent amount. So, yeah, tell me, what do you think? Is there anything that you really, really like? There's not that much that I don't like in these. However, it has focused quite heavily on Tunisian. I think if you're going to have an edits magazine, That should perhaps be where all the Tunisian is, and the rest of the magazine should not. I think it should be just over to the patterns. Keep everything in the Tunisian edits, but you know, they haven't. I quite like this pullover, as I said, but although I'd need to break this up if it was for me. I'd also need to make it longer to cover my multitude of sin bellies. Yeah, notice I said bellies, not just belly. Okay, so that's it. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you think, and I especially like the animals and the little rugs. Those are the things that I really like in this one. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.